Hi, Frank DiTommaso, and I'm here with my associate broker, Valerie Bartolone. Something very interesting happened over the last couple of weeks that we both felt would be worth sharing. Valerie took a listing in Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
And what you're about to hear is going to really shock you. It probably shouldn't because this is a very good example of what's been going on in our business.
Mm-hmm.
But this particular example is something well worth hearing. So let me start with this. Val, you took this listing 2 weeks ago in Brooklyn, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, without giving any addresses or names, talk about your experience from when it first started, from when you first took the listing, right through now, because it's only 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks. Yes.
So tell us what happened.
Well, the homeowner called me and we talked about the house and we talked about the condition of the home and where he thinks he should be with the price. So I did my research on various websites and different MLSs in Brooklyn MLS and Staten MLS. At that point, I went to the house and we came up with a price, a list price of what we felt that would attract buyers. And we put the house on the market. The first day that the house went on the market, I received at least 30 phone calls, 10 appointments, and 6 showings in one day.
So your phone was blowing up the whole first day.
The entire day.
Were you surprised?
Yes. I was a little bit surprised, more for the fact that the condition of the house and Brooklyn, I said, where am I going with this house? Because that house needed a lot of work. Later on, I realized that the inventory in Brooklyn is low.
Right.
And there was a demand in that neighborhood for this type of house. And with the interest rates being where they are, the house became the top, how would I say, the top commodity in the neighborhood. It attracted not only just buyers, investors. And by the weekend, I received at least 15 offers and another 30 showings, to the point where every time we accepted an offer, another offer came in, and another offer came in. And at that point, we chose an offer.
Well, okay, let me just stop you for 1 second. So then there was a point when you called me.
Yes.
Because you're doing this a long time.
Yes.
And believe me, I know your capabilities, and so does everybody else, because you're doing this a long time. You have a lot of experience. But we also learn all the time. And you called me because you never saw anything like this.
Never.
And you were like,
No.
Frank, what do I do with this? You know, you get hit with all these phone calls, all these offers, and you're gonna get activity. It's just the way the market is.
Right.
But you're not expecting that kind of activity.
No.
So we spoke, and I gave you my suggestion, which was, because you can't be driving back and forth, for every single. It's impossible to do that. I think you set up a window of time.
Yes, I did.
And told everybody, try to make it there, between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock or whatever it was, something like that, to try to get everybody in, because not just because it was making you nuts, but also because of the seller.
Yes, and not only that, at one point you have to say, okay, and we've had so many showings and so many offers. I think I received over 150 phone calls on this one house. 150 phone calls.
From one house.
Yes. I've never experienced this.
And this was all within up to now, or within the first few days?
First 4 days.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. And they're still coming in.
Okay, so the first 4 days, you got 150 phone calls, all these showings. Now, you listed the house at what price?
At $475.
$475. I want to hear about that. How did the offers come in, and where'd they end up?
They all started pretty much at asking price, with 1 or 2, a little under. All cash offers. I had, in the beginning, I had 2 offers that were above, but they were with a mortgage, and the homeowner at that point said, the all cash, they want to close in 10 days. As they came in, they kept going up higher and higher and higher. We finally settled $50,000 above asking.
Wow.
$50,000.
$50,000.
And we're closing in 2 weeks.
Wow. Wow.
They have a closing date.
Okay, so all this took place in 2 weeks.
In less than 2 weeks.
Unbelievable,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So I'm really glad that we shared this experience to give people a good idea of what's going on in this market. Staten Island, Brooklyn,
Yeah.
we service New Jersey also, and we're seeing it in, of course, in the Staten Island market too.
Yeah.
Not every case is like that.
No,
The market is hot. You do see a lot of bidding activity, but not like that. That
No.
was an extreme case, and that's why we're talking about that today.
yes,
Jersey's like that as
Yes.
well. So
Mhm.
when is that supposed to close?
next Friday,
Next Friday. So
Yeah.
this whole thing
two weeks.
will have taken 3 weeks between
Total.
when you listed it
Yes.
and when
Mhm.
you're going to close.
And a lot of sellers, they come to us and they ask us, where should I price my house? I don't want to give my house away. When you advertise it properly, you will never, ever, never give your house away. Your house will always sell at either fair market price or above. And especially if you market it to attract the buyers, they will bring up the price of the house and they will create a bidding war. At the end, you will get more money.
Right. So if you overprice it tremendously, I
Exactly.
recently did a market update on
Yeah.
where the prices are going to go. And right now, the only properties that aren't selling are the ones that are overpriced.
Yes.
And grossly overpriced. Because a lot of sellers figure, well, let's take a chance. The market's hot. We can take a chance, price it a little higher, test the market. Because when you have a deal like yours that goes $50,000 above asking price for a house that needs a ton of work, you can't blame the seller, so you give it a shot, especially now.
Right.
But if it's too overpriced, it might not even get shown. So, well, good for you. You did a great job.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, I think any seller would really appreciate what you did. You priced it right.
Yep.
You got more activity than anybody could ever imagine.
Right.
Negotiated a great deal, especially that you're going to close in 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and that's it.
And the
So-
homeowner, the expectations, he's like ecstatic about it. We met the expectations and above for him.
Yeah, I mean, who would have ever thought, right? You were going to get $50,000 more for the seller.
Right.
Well,
No.
good job.
Thank you.
Way to go.
Thank you.
Let's get some more in, right?
Yes.
Thanks for watching. If you
Thank
have
you.
any questions, if you have any real estate needs, concerns, you're looking to buy or sell, give Valerie a call today. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.